The Nile River, a silver serpent winding through the desert, is a sight to behold. Stretching over 6,650 kilometers, it is the longest river in the world. It is more than just a river. It's the lifeblood of Egypt. For millennia, the Nile's annual floods have brought life to the arid land, transforming barren deserts into lush, fertile fields. These floods deposited nutrient-rich silt that sustained ancient civilizations, allowing them to thrive. From the time of the pharaohs to the modern era, the Nile has been a constant, nurturing presence. The river has dictated the rhythm of life in Egypt, influencing everything from agriculture to daily routines. Today, the Nile remains as crucial as ever, providing water for agriculture, industry, and a rapidly growing population. Its waters irrigate vast agricultural fields, ensuring food security for millions. It also supports industrial activities, contributing to the nation's economy. The Nile's significance goes beyond sustenance. It is deeply intertwined with Egyptian culture, its history, and its people's identity. The river has inspired countless stories, songs, and artworks. It is a place of recreation, where people gather to relax and enjoy the beauty of nature. The Nile is also a symbol of resilience in the face of a challenging environment. Despite the harsh desert surroundings, the river continues to sustain life, embodying the enduring spirit of Egypt and its people. Egypt's dependence on the Nile is absolute. Over 95% of the country's 100 million people live within a few miles of the river, relying on it for their very survival. Agriculture, the backbone of the Egyptian economy, is entirely dependent on Nile irrigation. Wheat, cotton, and rice, staples of the Egyptian diet, thrive thanks to the river's life-giving waters. Beyond agriculture, the Nile is essential for Egypt's industrial sector, providing water for factories and power plants. The Aswan High Dam, a marvel of engineering, generates a significant portion of Egypt's electricity, further demonstrating the country's reliance on this precious resource. This dependence, however, makes Egypt vulnerable, especially in the face of increasing water scarcity and upstream development projects. Thousands of miles upstream, in the highlands of Ethiopia, lies the source of the Blue Nile, the Nile's largest tributary. This river, which begins its journey in the lush Ethiopian highlands, travels a long and winding path, eventually merging with the White Nile in Sudan to form the mighty Nile River. The Blue Nile is crucial, contributing the majority of the water and fertile silt that sustains the Nile. It is here, in this vital region, that the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, a massive hydropower project, is nearing completion. This ambitious project, which aims to generate over 6,000 megawatts of electricity, is set to transform Ethiopia's energy landscape, providing power to millions and fostering economic growth. While the dam holds the promise of economic development for Ethiopia and the region, it has also become a point of contention between Ethiopia and downstream nations, particularly Egypt. The dam's construction has sparked a complex debate over water rights and regional stability. Egypt, concerned about the potential impact on its water share, fears that the dam's filling could significantly reduce the Nile's flow, jeopardizing its agriculture and water security. The Nile is Egypt's lifeline, supporting its agriculture, drinking water, and industry. Any reduction in its flow could have devastating consequences for the country. Negotiations between the countries have been fraught with tension, highlighting the complex geopolitical realities surrounding transboundary water resources. These talks have involved not just Ethiopia and Egypt, but also Sudan and other stakeholders, each with their own interests and concerns. The GERD serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of nations and the need for cooperation in managing shared resources. As the dam nears completion, the world watches closely, hoping for a resolution that ensures the equitable and sustainable use of the Nile's waters for all countries involved. The Nile, once a symbol of abundance, is facing unprecedented challenges. Climate change is bringing about more unpredictable weather patterns, with prolonged droughts becoming more frequent. Evaporation rates are increasing, further reducing the river's already strained flow. Meanwhile, Egypt's population continues to surge, putting an even greater strain on the Nile's finite resources. Adding to these challenges is the growing threat of pollution. Industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and untreated sewage are polluting the Nile's waters, threatening human health and the delicate river ecosystem. The Nile, once teeming with life, is now facing the consequences of human activity, demanding immediate action to ensure its sustainability. The Delta in danger. Environmental threats. The Nile Delta, a fertile triangle of land where the river meets the Mediterranean Sea, is particularly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change and human activity. Rising sea levels, a direct consequence of global warming, are causing saltwater intrusion into the delta's freshwater aquifers, threatening agricultural land and the livelihoods of millions. The delta's once rich biodiversity is also under threat. Fish populations, a vital source of protein for millions, are declining due to pollution and habitat loss. The delicate balance of the delta's ecosystem is being disrupted, putting at risk the very existence of this vital region. The Nile Delta, a cradle of civilization, now faces an uncertain future, a shared responsibility, the need for cooperation. The Nile River, one of the longest rivers in the world, flows through 11 countries, making it a vital resource for millions of people. Its waters are essential for drinking, agriculture, and industry, supporting diverse ecosystems and human livelihoods. The challenges facing the Nile are complex and multifaceted, demanding a collaborative approach to find sustainable solutions. Pollution, deforestation, and climate change are just a few of the environmental issues that threaten the river's health. These problems are exacerbated by political tensions and competing interests among the Nile Basin countries. International cooperation is not just desirable, it's essential. Without a unified effort, the Nile's resources could be depleted, leading to severe consequences for the region's people and economies. Diplomatic efforts and mutual agreements are the cornerstones of effective river management. Egypt, Ethiopia, and other Nile Basin countries must engage in open dialogue and transparent data sharing to ensure the equitable and sustainable management of the river's resources. Transparent communication helps build trust and allows for the development of strategies that benefit all parties involved. Agreements on water sharing, environmental protection, and data collection are crucial for the long-term health of the Nile. These agreements must be based on scientific research and data to ensure they are effective and fair. Collaborative efforts in these areas can lead to innovative solutions that address the root causes of the river's challenges. By working together, these countries can ensure that the Nile continues to be a source of life and prosperity for generations to come. Joint projects and initiatives can improve water quality, increase agricultural productivity, and promote sustainable development in the region. The future of the Nile, and the millions who depend on it, hinges on the ability of nations to overcome political differences and prioritize the common good. Cooperation and shared responsibility are the keys to preserving this vital resource for future generations, ensuring that the Nile remains a lifeline for all who depend on it. Technology to the rescue. Solutions for a thirsty land. While the challenges are daunting, there is hope. Innovative technologies offer promising solutions to address water scarcity and improve water management. Drip irrigation systems, which deliver water directly to plant roots, can significantly reduce water consumption in agriculture, the thirstiest sector. Wastewater treatment plants can transform sewage into a valuable resource, providing treated water for industrial use or irrigation. Desalination plants, while energy-intensive, can provide a new source of fresh water, particularly in coastal areas. Embracing these technologies will be crucial for Egypt to adapt to a future with less water. Sustainable practices, nurturing the Nile for future generations. Beyond technological solutions, changing agricultural practices is crucial. Promoting drought-resistant crops, optimizing planting seasons, and encouraging water-efficient farming techniques can greatly reduce water consumption in agriculture. Public awareness campaigns can educate citizens about the importance of water conservation, encouraging responsible water use in homes and businesses. Protecting the Nile also means restoring its natural ecosystem. Reforestation efforts along the riverbanks can help reduce soil erosion and improve water retention. Creating protected wetlands can provide habitats for wildlife and act as natural filters, improving water quality. Investing in these sustainable practices is an investment in the future of the Nile and the people it sustains. A call to action: protecting our shared heritage. The Nile River, a timeless symbol of life and resilience, is at a crossroads. The choices made today will determine the fate of the river and the millions who depend on it. The time for action is now. It is our collective responsibility to protect this irreplaceable resource for future generations. By embracing international cooperation, adopting innovative technologies, and promoting sustainable practices, we can ensure that the Nile continues to flow, bringing life, prosperity, and hope to this arid yet vibrant corner of the world. The Nile's story is far from over. It's up to us to write the next chapter. The historical significance of the Nile. Pause once. The Nile River has been a cornerstone of civilization for millennia, shaping the destinies of countless empires and cultures. From the ancient Egyptians, who revered it as the lifeblood of their society, to modern nations that continue to rely on its waters, the Nile has always been more than just a river. It is a symbol of sustenance, power, and unity. Pause once. The river's banks have witnessed the rise and fall of dynasties, the birth of innovations, and the blending of diverse cultures. As we look to the future, understanding the Nile's historical significance reminds us of its enduring legacy and the vital role it plays in our shared human story. Pause twos. By honouring its past, we can better appreciate the importance of preserving this majestic river for generations to come. The Nile in modern times. Pause ones. In the present day, the Nile River continues to be a vital artery for the nations it traverses. With over 300 million people depending on its waters for drinking, agriculture, and industry, the Nile's importance cannot be overstated. Pause ones. However, modern challenges such as climate change, population growth, and political disputes have added layers of complexity to its management. Pause ones. Efforts to harness its power for hydroelectricity and irrigation have led to both progress and conflict. Pause ones. Yet, amidst these challenges, the Nile remains a beacon of hope and a testament to human ingenuity Pause ones. By embracing sustainable practices and fostering international cooperation, we can ensure that the Nile continues to nourish and inspire future generations. Pause twos. The story of the Nile is far from over. It is a living narrative that evolves with each passing day, reflecting the resilience and adaptability of the people who call its banks home. The impact of climate change. Pause ones. As the planet warms, the Nile faces unprecedented challenges. Pause ones. Rising temperatures and shifting weather patterns are altering the river's flow, impacting agriculture and livelihoods along its banks. Pause ones. Droughts have become more frequent and severe, threatening food security and water availability. Pause ones. In contrast, unpredictable floods can devastate communities, washing away homes and crops. Pause ones. The delicate balance that has sustained civilizations for millennia is now under threat. Pause ones. Climate change also exacerbates political tensions as nations scramble to secure their share of the Nile's diminishing resources. Pause ones. However, there is hope. Pause ones. By investing in climate-resilient infrastructure and adopting sustainable water management practices, we can mitigate these impacts. Pause ones. The future of the Nile depends on our collective action today. Pause twos. Together, we can safeguard this lifeline for generations to come. The future of the Nile. Pause ones. As we look ahead, the future of the Nile hinges on innovative solutions and international cooperation. Pause ones. Technological advancements in water conservation and irrigation can play a pivotal role in sustaining agriculture and ensuring water availability. Pause ones. Renewable energy projects, like solar and wind farms, can reduce dependency on the river while providing clean power to millions. Pause ones. Education and awareness campaigns are crucial in fostering a culture of conservation among the communities that rely on the Nile. Pause ones. Cross-border agreements and collaborative efforts can help manage the river's resources more equitably, reducing tensions and fostering peace. Pause ones. By embracing these strategies, we can turn the challenges of today into opportunities for a sustainable tomorrow. Pause or ones. The Nile has been a beacon of life and prosperity for centuries. Pause ones. With our collective effort, it can continue to be a symbol of hope and resilience for future generations. Pause twos. Together, let's nurture the Nile and secure a brighter future for all.